everyone! What's going on? It's your girl Destiny Diaz. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can tell from the title today, I'm going to be doing a cam model or cam girl Q&A. I opened my Twitter up and my Snapchat up for questions over the week, and I'm going to be answering some of the questions that I was asked that I think I'm asked quite regularly, so that way if you're seeing this video and I sent you this video, the question that you asked me is in this video. So without further ado, let's cue music. Okay, so the first question is, do you have any videos that just don't sell? If so, do you keep them or do you toss them? Good question. I get asked this question a lot. I do have a video that has never sold. I have 240 something videos on my ManyVids page at this time, and only one of them has never sold. I'm not sure why, because I think it's a girl video that I filmed with someone, and we filmed like 4, and they all have sold. So I'm not sure why this specific one has not sold. But anyway, I have chosen to keep it on my profile, and I also keep all of my old content as well. I'm often asked by models if I think they should get rid of their old content because it doesn't necessarily reflect their new content or their new brand. And I can see both sides of why you'd want to keep it, why you'd want to get rid of it. But from my perspective, I think that you should keep all of the content that you make on your page, because if you have a video that's never sold, you can't make negative money on it. You've already used that time to film this video, edit it, and upload it. So I think it is best to keep that type of content on your profile. Maybe the right person has just not stumbled across this video yet. And if they come across your profile and they're looking for something specific and it's this type of video, and you got rid of it, you just lost a sale. So I feel like it's very important to keep all of your content up there, as well as, like I said, all of your old content that you might want to retire. I think it's important to show how my content has progressed to members so that they can see that I'm now taking my job a lot more seriously, that I've invested time and money and energy into building my brand and upgrading my content and improving it in any way that I could. So I think it's important to show that contrast so that they know that you're someone who is becoming more professional and that they can count on you for custom videos and things like that. You just want to show that progression. I think that's very important. I have a child and I'm a webcam model. I never seem to have as much time as I need to cam or make content. Can you give advice on how to juggle being a parent and getting your work done? It is such a fucking struggle, okay? I'm very lucky. My fiance, he'll often take our little one out for the day so that I can have the space to myself, so I can focus and bump out as many videos as I can and, really tackle my to-do list. And I'm so grateful for that. If you don't have a significant other, you could also reach out to family or friends, grandparents, parents, maybe enroll them in a daycare once a week so that you can have some time to yourself to get your job done. Also, working out your schedules together is also really important. If you're on a really strict schedule with your child, like, okay, as a cam model, we are on crazy schedules. Like, you can catch me awake almost any hour of the day, and you can also catch me asleep at any hour of the day. Like, there's no specific time that I go to bed and that I wake up. Ever. But I do find that my son needs that type of routine, so it really is hard to adjust juggling both of those. But if he is in a routine where he needs to be asleep at a certain time, I take full advantage of the first few hours of his sleep that I know won't necessarily be interrupted to get my work done. But I also need to make time to sleep while he's sleeping, or else I'm never gonna sleep. I try to work on offline stuff while he is awake, and film or cam while he is asleep. How do you feel when you see people blatantly rip you off your graphics, descriptions, etc.? I see a lot of profiles that look like yours. Does it bother you? It used to really bother me because I put a lot of fucking time into the brand and the image that I portray for my business. And You know, last year I did like a whole store. I really started some trends on ManyVids where I was doing like all glitter, and it was like really, really girly and cute with all these cute emojis, and everyone really liked it. But then every store turned glitter. I've had people really take the descriptions of my store items, copy them and paste them into theirs, and like they would be untrue to this person. Like it would be like, oh, my big natural H cup boobs, and then it would be like, my big natural H cup boobs written by a girl who's an A cup or a B cup, and I'm just like, girl, you didn't even read that. Like, what the hell? Come on. And I know you've been through my store. I know that you know that I offer help to models, ManyVids tips and tricks, store graphic help even, profile consultations. I'll help you with damn near anything you need. How do you get inspiration for new videos? Easy. I just scroll through the categories and I'm like, I've never done that before. Let me look into it. And a lot of the times I'll find stuff that I'm like, wow, that's a thing, like, oh, I could do that, let me try that, and it becomes a creative challenge for me. But I also really like to ask my supporters what they want to see from me, so I'm always asking them for their ideas, even scripts, so that they don't necessarily have to pay for customs, but I get a better idea of what it is that they want from me. What is one thing new models can do to get exposure on ManyVids? The first thing that comes to mind is the ManyVids blog. It is free to enter, take some really good quality photos. ManyVids really favors pretty photos, good high resolution, good lighting. Put a lot of effort into your photo and have some substance. You can write in the blog about anything. You could give tips, you can talk about a personal experience, or you know, share a story or a confession or something like that, like literally anything. And they also have an MVTV section where you can submit a video, and that might get you some exposure. The blog gets a lot of traffic now that it's back on the homepage, so I think that is like the easiest way to get your face out there. You could also email Pamela at manyvids.com and tell her, hey, like I'm new and I would really like to get some exposure. Would you mind shouting me out on Twitter or shouting me out on Instagram or something like that? They're usually very helpful. What is your ultimate goal as a cam girl? No one has ever asked me that before. And honestly, I've never really thought about it. I've always kind of used my camming career to just progress as a person, creatively and emotionally and physically and spiritually. And I just feel like I don't ultimately have an end goal. I mean, there are different things that I'd like to dabble in while I'm in this industry. I guess ultimately I just love to live a comfortable lifestyle and save enough money for a good retirement, pay off all my debt, and live a happy life. I don't know. How do you stick to a schedule once you plan it out? That takes a lot of self-discipline. I love to plan. It's my favorite part. If you have me on Snapchat, you've probably seen my planner a million times. Like, I really like to be organized, and I think organization is the key to being productive. If you're looking for an excuse, you're always going to find one. So eliminate all of the chances for excuses before you work. So for me today specifically, I made sure that my little one was in his bed, sleeping still. It's early morning. My man, he was up earlier this morning. We had breakfast. He went to bed, and I just kind of got myself ready and got in my zone. I set up my camera first because I was like, if I do this, it's not going to be a problem later once I have my hair and makeup done. It'll be all ready to go. And so I'm just setting myself up. Like, I had a fan on here in the morning to cool this room down, because if I'm like, oh, it's hot, I'm not going to want to work, like, you have to eliminate your excuses. And that's kind of what I did with moving here, like having an air conditioner. I was like, now I'm not going to be sitting there all summer being like, oh, I can't work because I'm so hot. Like, mind you, my old apartment was fucking boiling, and I really couldn't work because my makeup was melting off my fucking face. But I recognized that that was an issue, and that was affecting my productivity in the summer. So I found a more efficient way to deal with that, so I'm not going to complain about that anymore. I mean, that's kind of an extreme thing, but it could be as small as, you know, listen to your favorite music in the morning so that you're already in a good mood and feeling awesome and ready to film and be productive. What is your video making process? So my video making process starts with an idea. I'm brainstorming all the time different ideas that I would like to do. I like to look at the categories on ManyVids, see what's popular, see what's trendy, and put my own spin on it. I specifically really enjoy filming holiday content. I love the puns that you can do with the titles of your videos. Like, I fucking live for that. I'm pretty sure that the titles for my videos for holidays that I come up with are better than the ones I see like on my TV guide for the porn channels, and I'm like, oh yeah, like it's my favorite part to come up with fucking funny puns and cute little holiday names. Once I have a solid idea, I like to plan a script. Once I have my script, sometimes I take a little sticky note and I write down all the different scenes that I would like to film in that one video. So when it comes time to film, I'm not like, what do I do now? Like, I know what comes next. I know how long it's going to be until I switch my camera angle. So I also have the scenes on it, and then I have my outfit and props on another tag. In my work binder, maybe I'll take you guys on an exclusive look through my work binder sometime, but I have little mini sticky notes on pages in my book, all of the different toys I have, all the different lingerie, props, accessories, and things like that. So when it comes time to have a whole idea for a video, I'm looking through that book, and I'm a visual person. So I can see the word and I can like visualize exactly what item it is, and I'll take those little sticky notes off and put them on my script as well. So on my script, I'll have like a piece of loose leaf that has my entire script on it, a big post-it note that has a little rundown of the scenes that I'm going to be doing, and then smaller post-it notes with specific items that I'm going to need for it, toys, clothing, etc. So that is my video making process. Then once it's time, I like to do my hair and makeup first, and then set up the camera, and then step away for a little while, and then come back and sit down and do it. I find if I go hair, makeup, film, or set up film, that I get a little stressed out, and so I'm trying to eliminate that and make filming more enjoyable by breaking that up a little bit. Hope that answers your question. And I could go way more in depth on that if you really wanted me to in another video. Just let me know in the comments. How do you deal with a client who is too forward but pays you a ton of money so you don't want to drop or block them? I just stress to people that I am not a sex robot. I can't conform to every need that you have all the time, every day. I'm busy, I have a life, I have a child, I have a family, I have extracurriculars that I like to do, I have pastimes, I have hobbies, but I'm also a workaholic. So it's hard for people to really see that you're not always at work when you love to work a lot. So your face is always there and in their face, so they think that you're always available. But I like to just, if someone snaps me and it's not a good time, just like, hey, I don't really have time to chat right now, I'm sorry. And if they're gonna get mad at me, then they can get mad at me, but like, it doesn't change the fact that I'm not available for them at this time. But I've noticed that a lot of people really respect my time, and I think that's because they see how hard I'm working behind the scenes. So you see on Twitter, like in ManyVids, what goes up and what gets posted. But on Snapchat, you kind of get that behind the scenes of like, wow, she really does do a fucking lot in the run of a day. Like, I can't believe she's got this massive ass to-do list. So maybe they're less likely to fucking message you 20, 30 times a day. But set boundaries, you know, tell him, I know that you love to talk to me and I really enjoy talking to you, but I'm not always available to talk all the time, and I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you. It's just so good to be honest, you know? So the last question is, you recently moved. How did you plan your time away from work? What suggestions do you have for moving while working or even going on vacation? Now, I thought I had this awesome plan, okay? But what you'll realize is that a lot of the times, life doesn't go as planned. So I had planned to put my 3 months notice in, and in that 3 months time, have 2 of those months where I was going to be at my old place, and 1 of those months where I was going to be at my new place. And then I would still have my old place for that last month, that transition month, and I could use that last month to really clean and get that part done. The first month I was going to use to really focus on filming, and then that second middle month I was going to spend on packing. That didn't happen because it was brought to my attention from my landlord that apparently once you give your 3-month notice, they are welcome to enter your apartment at any time to view it and show it off to other people for rent. And when you work a job like me, which requires your intimate life to be shared throughout the day, it became very difficult to work because I never knew when I was going to be expecting visitors. So I had to crunch that time that I normally work down to fewer hours, and I also had to put it late at night so that I didn't risk having someone come in while I was working or filming or on a takeover or something like that. And that was a fucking huge inconvenience that I had not planned for. But my main idea, and I think that without that, I could have, if I had known that that was the issue, I could have planned a different way. And how I would have planned would be that the month before I gave my 3-month notice, I would spend more time filming, and then I could schedule those videos to come out through the next 3 months regularly and consistently. I did try hard to stay up on my Snapchat. I did not offer custom videos or anything like that during that 3-month period because, well, 2-month period, because I didn't have all of the things that I needed to do that available. Lots of things were packed and starting to get put away or in different places, and I didn't know where all my items were. So there had to be a point where I had to say, I can't do this because I don't have the tools to do it right now the way you want it done. And that's okay. It's okay to tell people that. But I did stay up on my Snapchat as best as I could, my premium story, my elite club, and just interacting with people, because that's something that I could do all day, was to talk and chat. And I really credit that to a lot of my video sales throughout that period of time. And that concludes my Camgirl Q&A. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you have a question you'd like to ask me for my next Q&A, please leave it in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat right here. And I'll see you in my next video.